Ahmed. I'm a Brooklyn College class of 1989. I have got a bachelor's in computer science here. Then I went on to get a master's and PhD at MIT, also in computer science. And I'm currently at Bell Labs Research. I'm in networking research there. I work on things related to any type of networks, and I've worked on various projects. For example, voice over IP. So if you want to do voice calls over the internet, there are certain things that you need to do to make sure the calls are of a certain quality. I've worked on projects like that. I'm currently working on projects that have to do with the Android system, so the Android operating system for cell phones. So how do you make applications work better? It's kind of infrastructure projects. So a variety of things. I've also done theoretical work, so mathematics behind certain things, why things work a certain way or why some things are correct. So a variety of things, but the key, I'm a computer scientist, but focused on networks. So internships, can be important, but you have to, I would say, career-wise, find the right internship that matches your career goals. So, for example, when I was here, I worked all the time. So I worked at a newspaper doing, doing layouts and just like manual things. I wasn't a writer, so I wasn't writing articles because that wasn't my interest. I was a computer scientist. But in my last 2 years, I was a Ford Foundation scholar, so there was a program here called the Ford Foundation Scholarships, and it was for students who wanted to get PhDs and basically become university professors. So I wanted to get a PhD, I wanted to be in academia, and so my internships were actually with professors here. So that's where the mentoring came in, and I actually worked with professors on research projects here. And that was really helpful for me, and it was kind of the key in terms of me getting into a good graduate school. Mentoring and internships, I think, are a form of mentoring, and so I think that's, it's very, very important. Big advice, again, is always try to find good mentors. So if you can find a professor, or if you have an internship in some company where you might want to work in the future, and understand the culture or the industry you want to get in. So what's valued, what people are looking for. And the great thing now too, if you're in computer science or in information technology, is that there's so much knowledge on the web these days. So if you want to learn a new language that's not being taught in school necessarily, you can find a wealth of information on the web. So now that I'm out of school, I still have to learn new things. So when I want to learn Perl, I go online and I find Perl tutorials, or if I'm learning Ruby, which is another programming language, I go online. I wanted to write apps for Android. I didn't take a class. There's so many tools. If you have the foundation, so you have certain basic skills, then you can do a lot on your own. So I would just say, find something you enjoy doing and just try to learn as much about it as possible, and also to kind of know where you want to go and where the industry is going. So for example, I know applications. So and by application I mean apps. So iPhone apps, Android apps, that's a really hot area. So every company now has their own apps. So if you can write apps now, that's important. Or if you can do stuff in the cloud. So if you can understand the cloud, how to write things, or just understanding the old notion of doing things in the cloud, that's a very big thing in where I work now, for example.